Our world is filled with color and our emotions are molded by it. But do we truly understand it? Why do simple changes in hue and chroma have such a heavy impact on our underlying sentimentality? Whether you've noticed it or not, the colors utilized in all forms of art, be it movies, video games, or Van Gogh's The Starry Night, have a direct impact on the experiences we walk away with and the emotional connections we form to its artists. Luis Antonio, the artist of The Witness, once said, to evoke emotions through art, you must first break down your medium. When we look at color, we see it for what it is rather than what it can be. As outside observers, we rarely consider the psychological and mechanical implications of our medium, but color can be used in so many ways to enhance the experience we walk away with. Let's look at this scene from the 1993 black and white Holocaust film Schindler's List. As Nazi soldiers flood the streets, a 3-year-old girl walks in the center of conflict, wearing a bright red coat. This very symbol of innocence carries upon her shoulders the violence and bloodshed that surrounds her. The emotions and symbolism represented in this scene are far more than words could have expressed, and afterwards, we see the end of innocence, consumed by hatred. Spielberg's understanding of color is what makes this scene what it is. Rather than telling you how to feel, he just lets you. But it's not just movies or traditional art that can evoke these emotions. In Firewatch, you play as Henry, a man whose wife unfortunately gets stricken by dementia at the young age of 49 and is later taken away from your care by her family. This early story is told to you through a series of colored backdrops. At the end of this introduction, you're greeted by a mountain covered in golden brown stones, a forest of the yellowish green tinted trees of the fall, and a fiery orange sky that indicates a lonesome beauty and a new beginning. Throughout the following experience, we play as a fire lookout, with our only companion being a faceless woman with whom we converse over walkie-talkie. As the days progress, so does your character, and this is strongly represented not only through the quirky and humorous dialogue that ensues, but through the shifting color palettes as well. Because color is a visual representation of emotion and story. It can be utilized as a guide or to draw you towards a point of focus, but a complete void of color can have just as strong of an impact, as we see in Kholat, the explorative survival horror game. If I had to describe Kholat in one word, it would be lonely. The environment looks washed out, with a grayish tint and an air of melancholy. This almost complete lack of color enhances the feeling of isolation the game strives to achieve, but serves another, more important purpose. The few colors the game does use feel threatening and unnerving. The washed out, unsettling orange hue of enemies and specters, the frightening curiosity of red points of interest, you're drawn to it. This constant sense of loneliness and dread gives you a reason to pay close attention to any possible signs of humanity, and you rush to it. You run towards the danger, because it's better than the gray frozen wasteland you spend most of your time in. Color, however, can also show you the world through the eyes of someone else, be it the character or the creator. A perfect example of this is The Witness, a puzzle game by Jonathan Blow where you spend your time on an island, traversing 18 separate zones. Each zone has its own stories to tell, through environmental design and nuance, and everything from the desert to the marsh captivates you and feels like a unique experience, be it the beautiful auburn red trees of the lake, the inquisitiveness of the white construction stones of the quarry, or the tranquility of the green and red contrast of the monastery. You are not told to read anything, nor are you explained a story. You are placed in this world and told to explore. To experience not only its nuance, but the emotional connection each area holds to one another. The story is told to you through various colors, and to truly uncover its secrets, you must delve into the mind of the creator, something rarely left to the beholder. There is a feeling of trust in this style of design. Jonathan Blow believes that you will make a deeper, more meaningful connection not only to his form of art, but to himself, and that the resulting bond will not only be stronger, but purer. He's willing to put his ego aside in hopes that you will see the world through his eyes as well as your own. The truth is, we can't hide our true colors. They represent who we are, how we feel, how we think. They allow us to connect to one another in ways words fail and deceive us. They are the most unadulterated form of expression, and that is the beauty of color. Thanks for watching.